What's up, YouTube? It's Hello Scott, and yes, today we are here to discuss my Xenoverse 3 wish list. Now, I do have a couple of things on here, so I will be looking down at my phone, at the list because it's paragraphs and paragraphs, right? Or at least for one of the things. But there's a lot of controversy around it. I don't want to be a hater, but I'm just going to say some things that I want to be fixed. Just going to say some things that I want to be fixed. And number one for Xenoverse 3 would be the camera angles. Now, in my opinion, Xenoverse 3 has more of an updated Battle of Z camera angle, right? It's like it's not really, it's not like the camera angle doesn't look as that flexible. Like, yeah, it has the cinematics when it pulls in where you're kicking, but I'm talking about like rotation wise, like while you're fighting. Right, it doesn't seem like as dynamic as I just don't feel like it's dynamic as the Xenoverse 2 camera. That could be wrong wording, not the wrong wording, just make optional camera angles, right? This if you want to use this camera angle, this Battle of ZX camera angle, that's fine. I want to use a Xenoverse 2 camera angle or something like that, or because you guys know how 2K has multiple camera angles, right? Obviously, you can't implement 2K camera angles into Xenoverse 3. Maybe you can, right? But I'm assuming for the most part not. But just, more options than the camera angle that they're showing in the demo, right? So there's number one. Number two, right? Because I heard Predator Rose speak on this. Maybe, let's just assume that this is not in the game, right? Since he said it. Number two, basically adding the mixture of heavy and light combos in the game, right? Now, for a Dragon Ball game, I'm not going to say this is the first time, but when have any other time that you can't mix heavy and light combos? When have you heard that? That basically doesn't make sense for like a Dragon Ball game. I think you can mix heavies and light in Kakarot, if I'm not mistaken. So why can't I mix heavy and lights in the game way newer, right? So that kind of threw me off a little bit, So assuming that President Rose is correct, I would like, more diverse combos like Xenoverse 2, right? Because if that's the case, if we can only do 3 or 4 different combos, maybe 5 if you stretch it out, and you can't fuck combo canceling. Just, well, how do I say this? People are complaining about combo canceling. Fine, that's cool. How about the option just to do other combos in general? Like, how you went to the Xenoverse 2 settings and they said, okay, you can do YXY, then XXXY, and they showed all the different branches. Just that. We don't even fuck the canceling. If we can't cancel, that's fine. But just the ability to the ability to not have fully scripted animations. That's all I'm saying for fighting. Now, number 3. This is kind of like encompassing, but I'll just say I'll start off with forms for each race. I'll say that, transformations. So here's my first critique. Saiyans, right? Just get rid of Super Vegeta. Throw that away, just get rid of it. I'm not saying throw away what it does. I'm kind of more so saying, well, kind of. Here's what I really want, right? Maybe don't throw it away, replace it. Instead of Super Vegeta, I want Super Saiyan grades 2 through 4. Those ascended Super Saiyan, buff Super Saiyans, the real Super Vegeta, like the real Super Trunks, the real Super Goku. That I want those, right? And it could have an easy buff and defect. You're stronger. You might even be stronger than the Super Saiyan 2, but you're slower than the Super Saiyan 1. You might even be slower than your base form. Shit like that. Like, that's something that they could probably easily add. Right? That's just how I feel. So, replace Super Vegeta with the Ascended Super Saiyan grades. Cool. Right? Now, for Earthlings, I want them to have the Roshi buff, the Roshi Max form. I feel like they should have the best version of Potential Unleashed because, Gohan is half Earthling, and, for some reason he always finds a way to be damn near one of the strongest in the show. So I feel like just based off that, Earthlings should have the best version of Potential Unleash. Give them back the Nimbus and Power Pole to upgrade it or do something with that. That was a very creative power up. I like that. That was smart. And maybe the 4-arm Tien form for Earthlings. I would not complain about that, right? Wouldn't complain about that. And another thing, let's go on to the freezer ration of the corrosions, right? I had some ideas for this. So 1, the buff form, the full power form. 2, the cooler final form. 3, metal or golden form, or both. Why not both, right? What's the big deal? Why not give them both? Then golden or metal on top of the buff form or the cooler final form. Then black Frieza / a selectable color. It's not that hard. There's 5 forms. It's not that hard. A lot of it is just recoloring and reskins and all that stuff and putting this on top of that. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple. I don't see why they just couldn't do that, right? To give them more than just turn golden, right? And the Buu race absorption form, right? I've had this idea since Xenoverse 2. Make it to where it's unblockable. You can't block. You get absorbed. Like if you're, let's say you want to go into the Buu, okay, to do absorption, you get absorbed. But here's the thing, to make it fair. It's unavoidable, but you don't take damage. They get to choose 1 ultimate from you and 1 super attack from you, and they take your clothes or whatever. They get 5 seconds to pick what they want. And they spit you out and you don't take damage, but they get a buff and you have to fight them, right? Basically like body change, but you keep your body and they get a buff. That's absorption form. You know, maybe the dark skinny evil form. I'm not mad if they don't add it, but you know something else. Well, no, that's 2. This dark skinny customizable Kid Buu form. You would not know a character was a female if you could just turn into Kid Buu from jump unless you heard their voice. I really didn't like how you turned. If you're a Buu, you just turn into Kid Buu, and it's just that. That was kind of like, okay, like, bro. Yeah, we can turn into Kid Buu, that's fine, but make it customizable. At least make it customizable to where if I have a female character, it doesn't seem like she's like turning into the. I made her a female for a reason. I'll just say that, right? I was gonna make a Buu dude character. She doesn't have to turn into one, right? You don't have to. I'm already gonna make another dude Buu. Just chill. And it's either Majin Buu or Majin Fu. I think it's Majin Buu. That fake Super Saiyan 3 form, right? So that's 4. They might even give them a. I mean, you guys get it right. You know. If you watch Dama, you know what that is. Now for Namekians, they already had the giant form. Cool. Orange form, which is obvious they're probably pretty much gonna get. And I found a way to make this kind of make sense. Super Namekian / Namekian fusion. And they're probably thinking, okay, how is this like realistic? So catch this. So you want to use Namekian fusion, you make your Namekian 2 times stronger, whatever, however much stronger ever get. A random Namekian out of nowhere with instant transmission to you, and then they'll put their hand on your chest and fuse with you. Considering this is age 1000 and everything is advanced, it really shouldn't matter. Like, everybody should know instant transmission by then. It should be, let's say Goku was started to be okay, this is a lot of headcanon. I don't see why a Namekian couldn't use instant transmission at age 1000. I'll put it like that. So it could be like a random time patrol Namekian, or just a custom made Namekian, or whatever it is, or that. They use instant transmission and they put their hand on your chest and you turn to a super Namekian. I don't think that's that big. I don't think that's that stupid. I don't think that's crazy, right? Just a random Namekian, instant transmission, turn into a super Namekian, right? That's how I feel. So now, the next thing, back to Saiyans, right? Because I kind of skipped it. I feel like you should be able to cycle God forms, as you may have seen in the thumbnail. I understand, if they separate the Super Saiyan from Super Saiyan God, that makes sense, because going 1, 2, 3, 4 God blue, okay, all right, bro, just chill. I would say maybe Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 4 and like one, upgrade transformation slot. And then God, Blue, Evolution, and or Kaioken. you know, some shit like that, right? You can separate them, do however you want with that. That's how I feel. And I feel like you should. Here's the other thing that I should have been, that actually goes with this. So I do actually like the concept of the timer for, you know, the Super Saiyan levels, but I feel like with time, like, okay, let's say your character gets to one level, let's say they get to 199, right, in this game, if that's possible, and let's say they're a Saiyan. Okay, I agree with the cooldowns and all that stuff. Let's say Super Saiyan 4 is in the game. Let's say all the God forms are in the game. We're not going to get to UI yet, because I don't know how that works in this game, so let's just stick with forms that say Super Saiyan in it. Let's stick with that. So, okay, let's say you get to level 199. I feel like if you get to level 199, Super Saiyan 1 through a theoretical 4 should have like no cooldown or this, no that, if you're level 199. But I feel like if you're level 199 and you have used God forms, they should have a slow cooldown. I mean, I'm saying cooldown, like a slow key drain. That's what I've been meaning to say. A slow key drain, or just a longer timer. Like maybe, I don't know. Let's just say, this might be a stretch. I'm gonna say 5 minutes for Super Saiyan God, 4 for Super Saiyan Blue, 3 for Evolution / Kaioken, or knock it down to 1 for Evolution / Kaioken. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say here. I feel like if you're a god, you need some kind of constraint, because that's godly power. Like that's, you know, God of Destruction level power, right? So I feel like no matter what, that should be on the timer, because that's like a level above everything else. God forms, that's a level above everything else. And now, for my main complaint, the character roster. This is a pretty big paragraph, so I'm going to read it. You could skip ahead if you want to. I may even put it on the screen for you guys to read, because it's a lot. So, next thing. Like I said, condense all characters. Now, for example, right? Okay, Goku and Vegeta. You know how in the game, right? They have multiple different Gokus, multiple different Vegetas. So, at the beginning of the character slot, they have, oh, 1 second. Base Goku. Then under that, I'm pretty sure Super Saiyan God Goku. Then under that, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, right? Understandable. I wish it was condensed, but here's that part right. That's okay. I kind of get it. On the other end of the character selection, at the back of the character list, UI Goku, MUI Goku, the new UI Goku, Blue Gogeta back there, right? Why is the same person different characters 8 different times? Why not do this? Catch this. Z Goku, he has his 20 presets, all the transformations inside there, you know. Super Goku, okay, he has the ability to turn Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God, or has a preset where you go to it and he's already a Super Saiyan God, instead of making him a different character. It's kind of like, I just don't get it. It feels like filling up. It's putting like filler for character slots, right? I feel like unless, like, you know, unless it's like Z or Super is like, it's a different fucking like series name. Unless it's a different series name, I don't think they should have a different character slot. Like, honestly. Now I guess that would low-key contradict what I'm gonna say later, but it kind of varies. But let me go to it. So, well, actually I'm gonna say it now. So another good example is, you know, Videl, Android 17 and 18. So let me ask you a question, right? Why the fuck is Android 17 have a different character from fucking Dragon Ball Super Android 17 when he could have just been a second preset? Same thing with Android 18. Now, like I said, it's contradictory, but because those characters barely have presets anyway, why does it matter? Like, I don't think Android 18 even has 5 presets. I don't think Android 17 has 5 presets. What's the big deal of putting the 6th or the 5th preset onto them, right? Like, actually, you know what? At that point, you don't have to split up Z and Super and this and that. Just put a lot of presets on the character, right? I feel like the only time it should technically be a different character if it was like super villain Goku or is a Masu with Goku in quotation marks. That okay, because technically that's not the same person because it's not the same person up here. Fine, okay, but for like a lot of the stuff that if it's a transformation, why is it a different character? It could just be another preset. That's what I'm feeling. That's why I kind of feel like they're kind of like doing unnecessary stuff, right? So let me see. I kind of said a lot. Okay, so let's go with characters I want in the game, right? Let's go with that. So base form Team Gohan, right? With presets to turn Super Saiyan 1 and 2. Because I feel like they're lazy with not putting base form Team Gohan in the game. Future Gohan, one preset with 2 arms, one preset with 1 arm, or however y'all want to do that. Just at least one of each. It could be 2 of each, but at least one of each. Right? Okay. Next thing, all forms of Cell, all Frieza forms, King Cold, Majin Buu with transformations, potentially into the Dark Buu, potentially into Super Buu, potentially into Kid Buu, right? Now, those characters, I understand that are different characters because they literally have different names. But I still feel like Majin Buu should be able to transform into those characters because they're an aspect of him, right? Cool. So, Super Android 13. I guess the androids that make Android 13, right? What is that, 14 to 15? So 13, 14, and 15. Base form Topo, you know, with the God of Destruction transformation with one preset, and then the second preset, he's already in the form. Fine. Condensed Jiren into one character. Why does Jiren and Jiren Full Power need 2 different characters? It's the same character, except one has a fucking glossy skin on him with a shirt off and veins. It's not that serious. That's no different than somebody turning Super Saiyan. It shouldn't be a different preset. Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. That's the worst fucking character difference. They're putting on suits and they're different characters. That might be worse than Videl and the Android 1718 thing. How are they different characters? They put on a damn suit, right? They put on a suit and do the same combos. At least with the other characters, I think their combos are different for the DLC characters. They're putting on a suit and doing the same fucking combos. How is that a different character? Like God, bro. Because if you want to make an argument, oh, they have different names, so they should be different characters. What about all the different Cybermen names? What about all the different Apool names? Right? Oh, I guess those characters aren't relevant enough. It doesn't matter. It's still true. They can do it. They just don't want to do it for whatever reason. I really don't understand. Now, other things, base form, killing Caulifla, and their Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 Berserk variants, right? Can't be that difficult to make, especially with the new animation stuff they're trying to add. Imagine how good an animation would look with Kill going Berserk and shit and going Super Saiyan 2. That shit would look hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, with this game, that should look hard. You know, obviously Kefla base form, Super Saiyan 1, 2, same thing. Sin Shenron, and maybe all the Shadow Dragons. I'm not stressing too hard about the Shadow Dragons. Goku Black with the Rose transformation, and then the second preset could just be straight up Rose. That would be hard. Like, come on, you can't lie. Goku Black that could transform to Rose, that would be hard. Next. Hmm. So to the characters. Okay, I kind of said that already. And I had another character in mind. I can't really remember. I guess it really wasn't that important. But I mean, yeah, as you can see, that's mainly it, guys. Just different optional camera angles. X and Y, you can mix those combos, you know, other forms for races, the ability to cycle through forms for Super Saiyan, because, in the demo, it doesn't really seem like all that. And condense the characters and add more characters. Condense them so you can add more. Yeah, there was another character I wanted, but I can't necessarily remember. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This was my wish list. This is what looks like it's approaching a 20-minute video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you agree with me, or if you had ideas that I didn't even think of, put it in the comments down below, and I might make a subscribers Xenoverse 3 wish list. But that is pretty much it, guys, and I will see y'all sellouts on the next one.